Hey, Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Today is Monday. It is Monday, June 29th. It's about 9:30, about 9:37 to be exact. Hey, it's just me today. Normally I do I have a guest host, Miss Tiffany, but today's Tiffany's birthday, so I guess she figured she'd just all take the Monday off or whatever. But shout out to Miss Tiffany. Tiffany English. Like I said, she's normally my sidekick on Mondays. She's the guest host, but today's her birthday and she's like in Lake Geneva. Where the hell is Lake Geneva? Okay. Tiffany and lakes don't go hand in hand. But anyway, happy birthday to Miss Tiffany. Have some time to yourself or whatever you're doing on your birthday. Have a great time. And hopefully she's going to be watching today. I don't know if she is or not. But once again, happy birthday to Miss Tiffany. She decided not to be with us today, but she said, well, maybe I could do it on Wednesday. I'm like, okay, well, let's, play that by ear and see. But hey, that's okay. But happy birthday to Miss Tiffany. Come back whenever you're available. Okay. So if that's Wednesday, that's fine. If that's next Monday, okay, we'll make it work. Okay. Because we enjoy Miss Tiffany coming on. So anyway, we are live on, enough of that. Enough of that. We are here or live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. But one thing I was just trying to do, and maybe it did not do it. I got the okay to do TikTok, but it didn't add TikTok. So maybe I didn't add TikTok. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can do this real quick. No, I did do that. TikTok, TikTok. I did add TikTok, but TikTok. But I don't know if it came through or not. But whatever. If I'm live on TikTok, we're good. If not, then that's okay too. But hey, the comments are open, so feel free to make comments. I'm gonna check this to see while I'm here, right? While I'm on here, I'm gonna see if I am on the TikTok. Let's see. Let's see. Bear with me for a second if you wouldn't mind. Oh no, I don't see anything. I don't see anything going on. No, I don't see it. But that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, I just you have to apply to get on. Sometimes it turns you down. And I said, on the fly, let me just see if it'll allow me to do it. And I thought it did, but sometimes these things don't always cooperate like you think they would, right? But that is okay. Let me just see Instagram. I don't even see Instagram on here. I don't see Instagram. Oh shoot, did I do something wrong? Did I do that? Okay, there we are. There we are on Instagram. I believe so. Yeah, okay, we're on Instagram. Um Let me go back here. We are on Instagram. Let me just make sure we are and I'm sorry about this, but I just want to make sure before I jump into this, make sure things are going like they're supposed to be going. Okay, there's a live daily check-in. Russell tap to join. So yeah, so make sure if you are. Let me see. Yeah. So whatever platform you're on, I'm on. Yeah, if whatever platform you're on, just click, just say, hey, what's going on? Whatever platform, doesn't matter. I'm gonna see it. Hopefully I see it. So anyway, so that is that. Let me just get out of that because I really don't need that anymore. I don't need to. I'm not gonna be looking at my phone unless there's something. I do need my phone for something else though. I do need the phone for something else. So anyway, okay. So I didn't do a thing on Friday. I didn't do a daily check-in on Friday. Normally I do it on Friday. Normally I do it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But I was out of town. I went hometown, went back to B Town, Blythe. But I was there for a memorial service, a funeral. I was there for a funeral and repast and all that. And of course, you get caught up with the family. That's all about family time, right? And I didn't have time to do anything. I did do something prior to that. I did do, but it was all about Blythe. It was all about, you know, driving around the town, and that was on Facebook, right? So if you're interested to know about Blythe and where I come from and whatever I talked about, feel free to go back on Facebook. Okay, Facebook, like on Friday, and you can see exactly where I'm from, what I did. I drove around the town. I was only there for a day. I was only there. I mean, literally I think I was there from 9:30. I got there at 9:30 a.m. and I probably left about 3:30. So I would, and it takes 3.5 hours at least minimum to get there, right? So there was just a quick turnaround trip, and but some people you have to go see, some family you have to go, see and be a part of their, give your condolences, be a part of their memorial services and stuff like that. So definitely had to do that, and you know what? That's what it's all about, right? And sometimes the business will take a back seat, but it's only going to, for me, it's only going to take a back seat to the family stuff. So yeah. So there you go. Hey Chris, what's going on? Let me throw your name up there. What's up, cousin Chris? Appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you coming on. So sorry you won't be there for the reunion, but hey, I understand. I understand. Maybe we'll see you next time. You most be talking about Blight. Yes, sir. You know how we do it, Chris. Come on now, knock it off. You know how we do it. B Town. That's what it's all about. So anyway, we're gonna get through this real quickly because I do have a quick topic today. I do have a quick topic today, and topics are always they always come up because of some not issues. Oh, is it issues? Not necessarily issues, but things that they're always about my experiences. Okay, let's just say that it always happens. Or it's always about something I've experienced, and I sometimes just turn those into a topic. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, so today is no exception because of course some things I'm dealing with some hotels, and so I'm like, you know what? Let me talk about that today. So but before I get into that, tomorrow on air with Russell of Hotels. So just in case you did not know, on air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday. Okay. Tomorrow's show will be show number 351, and I'm going to have a guest on. So today, this is the daily check-in. Okay. Just so you know, this is a daily check-in. I do this Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So 4 days a week, I do this on air with Russell of Hotels every Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. Okay. And that's a longer show. And I have a guest on tomorrow. I said all that to say this. I have a guest, Miss Paula C. Miss Paula C is going to be on the be my guest tomorrow. She's with Guest Review, and she's the content marketing lead. Okay, so what does that really mean? I don't even know what that means, but we're gonna have Miss Paula C on here. She's gonna tell me what that title means. What does she do with that title? What are her responsibilities? What's new within hotels and marketing, right? Let me see. I think I even had some questions for her. I do have some questions for her. I had a lot of questions for Miss Policy, but we'll get in those tomorrow, right? So there's going to be some things. Well, we're going to start with content marketing. What is that? Anything different with content marketing for hotels that hotels need to know about? What about AI and content marketing? Is AI able to find hotels or whatever? The discovery phase. What is going on? So we're going to have a lot of questions from Miss Policy. So remember, that's tomorrow. 1 p.m. She's with Guest Review, Policy, content marketing lead for them. So yeah, so make sure you check that out tomorrow because we're gonna bring it on Policy. Okay, no, I'm joking. We're gonna have a conversation. Policy's been on my show several times, and this just shows the reach, right, to Russell of Hotels. Guess where Policy is? Policy is in Brazil. Okay, so she's in Brazil. I'm in Los Angeles, California. Okay, and then I interviewed a colleague of hers several weeks ago, and she was in South Africa. So the power of this social media thing is it's out of bounds. Okay, can I say that? It's just out of bounds. And for people to sleep on that, to think, oh my God, because she's in Brazil or someone's in South Africa, you can't communicate with them or you can't collaborate and do bring them together on a show like this, right? Well, damn it, you can, okay? Because I do it all the time. I'm sure other people do it as well, but I ain't talking about the other people. I'm talking about me, Russell of Hotels, and how my job is to bring people, to show that visibility factor, right? Doesn't matter where you're located. It just matters what your story is. What your story is. What are you doing now? Did you choose hospitality? Did hospitality choose you? Those are things that people want to know, and those are things that I want to know as well. So there you go. So tomorrow, make sure you join in tomorrow, 1 o'clock, and you'll see more things about that as well. Yep, next time. Yeah, appreciate you. So yeah, so we'll see you next time, but we're gonna miss you this time as well, Chris, cousin Chris. But I understand. So yeah, so make sure you join in tomorrow. In fact, I didn't put. Let's see. Should I? Let's see. Doo-doo-doo, that was a chat. Let me go to this. Miss Policy is gonna be a guest tomorrow. Let's see, now I'm messing around here. Do I really need to do that? No, I'm not going to do it because I'm messing around here. So anyway, so yeah, so that's tomorrow, 1 p.m. PST. Okay, same platform. So just go to these same platforms, whatever that is, and you'll see it. So if that's LinkedIn, if that's YouTube, if that's Facebook, if that's Instagram, okay, we'll be live on all 4 of those platforms tomorrow. So whatever the one you want to be on, then that's fine. We'll be there too. All right. So I always do, every time I do one of these shows, I'm always going to showcase a hotel or several hotels or a destination. Today is the Hilton Buena Park in Anaheim, right down the street from about to say Universal Studios. No, not down the street from Knott's Berry Farm. Okay. This is in Buena Park / Anaheim. Okay. So if you haven't been to this hotel, don't be, you're not alone, because guess what? It's a new build, right? You probably never even heard of the hotel. You didn't know the hotel was even there, because I didn't. I didn't know it was a new build or whatever. I was just like, huh, hmm, where is this hotel at? So it's down the street, like I said, down the street around the corner from Knott's Berry Farm, but it is a brand new build. It's not even 2 years old. Beautiful hotel, as you can see by some of the photos I'm about to share with you. That's like the patio from your guest room. Like, you can sit out there, and it was a sunny day, and it has a rooftop pool, which is awesome. This is one of the guest rooms, same guest room, I believe. Uh, uh, and how do you, some people ask me, well, how do I get my hotel on your show? Oh my God, that is so cool. Give me a call. We'll talk about it. Give me a call, and we can talk about it, right? So there you go. So 179 guest rooms, a little bit over 9,100 square feet of meeting space. That's always important, right? For your groups, your small groups or whatever. This is a lobby shot as well. I think this one lobby shot. Then I have another one right there. Boom. So yeah, it's the lobby is huge. I mean, a lot of places to sit and just hang out and be and utilize that free Wi-Fi. Of course, that's what I did, right? While I was there, I was like, hey, I might as well do a little work here, might as well use that free Wi-Fi, or let me test out the Wi-Fi, see if it works. And yeah, it works very, very well. So there you go. And then meeting space. I was actually there for HSMAI, their monthly meeting. I was there for that, and thank you for the invitation. So yeah, so that's one of their rooms right there. Pretty green there. Like, you love lime green. Well, you must if you choose this particular room, right, to have your meeting in. But no, it's definitely bright. Okay, definitely bright, but nice and bright. It was very nice, very nice. And the presentation was good as well. It's about AI, right? Everything's about AI these days. And if we're not doing enough research and see what AI is doing for our industry, we need to pay more attention to that. There's a lot of people that are speaking about it, but you can also gather that information as well, right? You need to do your research and see, maybe how can I make my job easier using AI, okay, or whatever. Can I, get more leads using AI? Will it do the homework for me? Will it find things in the area? Type it in and see, right? If you use certain platforms, AI platforms, type it in and see what actually comes out. It's all about the prompts, right? So however you develop the prompts, that's the information you're going to get from it. And if the prompt that you use doesn't give you enough information, then change up the prompt, put in some more words or take some things out or whatever, and see what that does, right? But it's when people say, "Oh, when AI gets here," no, damn it, AI is here. Okay, it's not when it gets here; it's already here. And I know some people are, "Oh, I'm not going to use it. This and that." Well, okay, well, you don't have to use it because I can't even speak. Other people are going to use it, and those people that are using it, or at least doing their research on it, they're going to be ahead of the game. The people that are not using it or not doing their research are going to be behind the eight ball. Okay, so you're only as good as the information that's out there. Okay, and if it's something that's going to make my job easier or faster, or yeah, I'm going to utilize it. Right. So as a sales manager, I mean, I already know the things that I would use AI for as a sales manager. I'm going to be working smarter, definitely not harder. Okay. Some people will think, oh, it's going to make me work harder. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's making my business easier, right? Definitely not harder, easier. So I can put some complex things that I do. It's going to tell me how to do it, or maybe even help me do this, do that. And like, okay, let me try that. Oh, damn, you're right. Huh. Okay. Anyway, so okay, I attended this after five MPI event, and it was at Misty's in downtown LA, almost like near Chinatown, but past that, but definitely downtown LA ish. And it was nice. It was very cool. Wasn't a lot of people there, but it was enough, right? It's not about the um the number of people. It's the what am I trying to say? It's not quantity, it's the quality. Okay. The quality of the people, not necessarily the quantity. Like how many people? Oh man, there's so many people here. Oh, this is great. No, sometimes the most intimate settings are the best because you're able to kind of build relationships with people, a smaller group of people, right? Although I can work a room, don't get me wrong, but do you always have to, right? Well, I didn't have to work the room kind of worked itself out, right? So I was able to meet some people and a couple of contacts that I didn't have, right? And I was glad I went because I made at least two or three contacts with people that actually needed some information from their hotel or about their hotel or something like that or whatever, just information that I need, right? And I'll go into a little bit about that in a minute. And so that was, of course, that was a drink. That was a signature drink. Don't ask me what it was called because I forgot. Okay, but it was good. It was pretty potent. Okay, potent. So yeah, so it was good. So and it's an Asian inspired restaurant. This Mitzi's. So I didn't eat any of the food. I don't know why I didn't order something because there was something for vegans, right? People plant based. It was sushi for the most part, but this was something that was made, of course, without any seafood or anything like that. But I didn't get it right, so maybe I'll go back and check it out. But it's brand new. It just opened. You know how part of downtown or the back part of downtown, past Chinatown, you have a lot of these industrial areas. And probably some of these buildings were not being used for anything, or they used to be, maybe manufacturing buildings or whatever. Well, of course, they've converted those into like these hip and swanky kind of, it bars, bars in a restaurant. It meaning is, there what's happening right now. And this was one of those places, right? I'm like, in a million years, I would not have come over here because I wouldn't think there would be anything over here. But they've transformed a lot of those areas downtown into some hip and schwanky, bars and restaurants and clubs and event space and all that kind of stuff. This one place, Mitzi's, I mean, it was connected to these other places, but they had a full on place where they had little concerts and everything. I'm like, what the heck? Who would have thought? Unless you went in there, you would not even know this stuff even existed, right? I mean, it was just crazy. I'm like, wow, there's a lot going on here that people don't know. So Mitzi's, check it out, downtown LA. You need just a little hangout spot. You just want to go check it out. I mean, definitely go check it out. I would definitely go check it out. The drinks are good. I didn't try the food. In fact, I don't think I even saw any of the food, but I saw the menu, is a brief menu. Definitely like happy hour stuff like that. We're there on the Thursday, but I bet Thursdays, Fridays are probably busier. But go and check it out. Just look it up. Just Google Mitzi downtown LA, and see what's going on with that, and just maybe that you can add that to your, you know, list of places that you go to. I got several places that I go to. I'm going to add Mitzi to that calendar. So once a month, I'm going to be at Mitzi's. So whatever. I'm just throwing that stuff out there. But anyway, you can at least go get you a drink. Okay. At the end of the day, you had a hard week, go there to Mitzi's and get you a drink. Okay. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And this is part of it. I didn't take as many photos as I should have. I only took two, right? And that's some of the people that were there. Some of the people that had gone, and I just said, "Oh, I haven't taken a picture yet," so I haven't taken any photos. And there's a patio outside. I mean, it's very nice. It's a very nice, hip, schwanky place. Okay, the vibe is cool. It has a cool vibe. Okay, so that's always good to have a cool vibe, right? So okay, so real quick, of course, you meet some people, and just a shout out to a couple people that I did meet. This was at the After Five MPI event. Now I understand they do these throughout the summer, I guess. Hopefully I get invited to the next one. I asked them to put me on the list. I'm not a member of MPI. Okay, so, and I haven't been to an MPI event in a long while. Okay, so you need to come back. You need to do this. You need to do that. Okay, well, let's just start with this one. Okay, let's just start with a MPI After Five event at Mitzi's, and maybe from here I'll go on and do something else, right? But I haven't been there in years, and it's good to make that connection, right? And I met people that I think all the people I met I've never met before, and that's cool. They never met me before. They didn't know me. I didn't know them, and that's good, right? So maybe I'll continue to go. But it all depends on the communication, right? I said, well, if you continue to communicate, send me things, via email or whatever, put me on your mailing list, and then more than likely I'll start attending more. But it's all based on my schedule and all that stuff. But at least if I'm getting frequent forms of communication like email blast or whatever, then I'm more likely to go, because that's the only way I went to this, right? Is because I was getting these frequent email blasts, and I don't think up to this point I was getting anything from MPI. But all of a sudden I got it. I'm like, I got time on Thursday to go and check this out. So that's what I did. So that's what I did. So okay, so real quick, these are people I met. Shay Chavez with 24. I don't even know what 24 carats is, but I would assume it's an event place or event. They do events or whatever. So that's what I would think is what it is. I haven't done my research on it, but I assume that's what it is. And then Christina Mosiler. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but she was there with 24 carats as well. So shout out to her. So that I'm all about giving shout outs, right? So you guys don't know that. Giovanna Barajas Camacho, she's with Catalina Island Company. Now, and she's a sales and event manager. One thing that I told her, I said, "Oh, several years ago, I was trying to get in contact with someone at Catalina Island because I had a group that was interested in that hotel or one of the hotels there on Catalina Island. And I thought I had someone's name, right? But the person never responded, never got back to me. So I let her know that, right? She said, "Oh my God, that's something that I heard when I took over this position. That's one of a reoccurring thing that she was hearing, that people were not getting back to her or getting back to the client, potential client or whatever." She assured me that that doesn't happen anymore. So okay, so when the opportunity arises again, and I'm sourcing for a hotel on Catalina Island, now I know who I can go to. So Giovanna, so thank you so much for the new connection, and hopefully, at some point we can work together. So that's what it's all about, right? It's all about And somebody, you got to let people know that this is what's going on. I mean, I tried and I told her, I said, oh my God, you were Catalina Island? I've been trying to get a hold of someone there. I'm still trying to get a hold of them. It's like been 3 years from that, 3 years ago. So those are things we need to let people know this is what's going on. These are obstacles, okay? These are obstacles of doing business with your Catalina Island company or group or whatever the heck it is. So there you go. And then I met Miss Gabriela Perez. She's a sales manager at the Holiday Inn at LAX. Now, this is my first time meeting her, but guess what? I'm connected with her on LinkedIn. Okay, so this is my first time actually meeting her in person, and we know some of the same people. I mean, we went through a list of probably 10 people that she knew and I knew, people that she worked with. But the thing of it is, she worked at the Radisson LAX, which is now the Hyatt LAX. Okay. I used to be the director of sales and marketing there when it was the Radisson, but we didn't work together, but she knew some of the same people that I work with. So I'm like, yeah, I know so and so. I know this person. She goes, yeah, I know them too. Oh my God, I still keep in touch with them. I said, okay. Tell them I said, hey. So yeah, so that was cool to run across Miss Gabrielle Perez. She's with the Holiday Inn right there on Century and La Cienega. Can't miss that hotel. So I think it's an Aimbridge hotel as well. So there you go. So shout out to her. And then last but certainly not least, Miss Carly Watson. Now she's the senior sales manager at LA Convention Center, right? So she gave me the 411 on what's going on and when construction is supposed to be done at the convention center. She told me what she did, what she handled, and all that stuff. Because it's always like, who handles this at LA Convention Center, and what is how do they work with space? With the CVB. I'm asking all kind of questions because I just want to know, right? Well, Carly broke it down for me. Carly is a seasoned veteran. Okay, she worked for Long Beach CVB, and then she worked for, I want to say, Philadelphia as well. So yeah, so it was great to speak with someone that has that energy, the confidence. They know what the hell they're doing. Okay, bottom line. Okay, they know what they're doing. And she is a officer of MPI, right? So hopefully, and she's the one that says she's going to put me on this list to make sure I'm getting all the correspondence from MPI. Like, okay, all right, we're going to see Miss Carly Watson. We're going to see about all that. Okay, so if you know Miss Carly Watson, let her know I put her on blast. Okay, so and blast is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Okay, but we're going to see the communication, the email blast that they sent out. Make sure I'm on that list, right? Because I gave her my card. She has my email. We connected on LinkedIn. In fact, everybody on here, we connected on LinkedIn. I'm pretty sure everyone on here, all the cards and the names that I just put up there, we did connect on LinkedIn because that's my favorite way to communicate with people, right? So if you want to communicate with me, be on LinkedIn. I think that's a good thing. It's a great thing. So make sure we're doing that. And I think one person said, "I've seen you before. Where did I seen you?" And I said, I think it was who was it? It was Miss Perez, Gabriela Perez. She goes, "Yeah, you do a whatever podcast." Well, I said, "Yeah, I do a podcast." She goes, "Yeah, I see you. I don't think I've met you before," which we hadn't met before, but we were connected on LinkedIn. So I'm connected with a lot of people on LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean I necessarily met those people. That doesn't mean I necessarily personally know them, but I can send them, as long as they're on my contact list, I'll send them messages and blasts and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's what it's all about. It's all about, being visible. That's the only way you can elevate your brand is to be visible. So make sure that we're doing everything we need to do to be visible. Let's connect with people on LinkedIn. That's what we should be doing anyway, right? So there you go. Okay, let's jump in. I don't think this. I think I'm going longer than I wanted to go today. But you know what? I had stuff I needed to explain, right? So it's okay. Because I think if Tiffany was on here, we'd be going like an hour because her and her long drawn out stories. You know what I mean? Don't tell her I said that. Okay. So the topic for today is when the sales manager doesn't respond, the business doesn't wait. Hmm. What does that mean, Russell? And where'd you come up with that one from? Well, I have been okay. There's always a story, right? Every topic that I have or that I discuss, there's a story. Where did this come from? Well, there's a story, right? So, I have been in communication with someone all last week, right, regarding this group. Then all of a sudden, I'm sending emails and I'm not getting responses. And this is where this whole thing comes in. Where give me all the information up front. Okay. I'm asking these questions, but for whatever reason, it kept leading to another. Oh, okay. Well, you have this because I asked, give me the taxes on a guest room. Okay. Give me all the I need taxes on guest rooms. The taxes on the lunch, the dinner, or no, it's a breakfast and a dinner, right? So if I have 40 people, what would it be for one person? Okay, that's all I needed for one person. Okay, because all I got to do is multiply that by 40 people, and that's what it's going to be, right? That's all I need, right? And the same for the guest rooms. What is it going to be with taxes, resort fees, whatever? What would one guest have to pay based on the rate that you gave for this group? Okay, I shouldn't have to continuously ask those questions. They should be forthcoming with, because they know I'm going to ask the next thing. I need to know exactly what this client is going to be paying at your hotel for A, B, and C. I don't need to keep getting these emails back saying, "Oh, and then you have another charge for the meeting space." Well, why didn't you tell me that before? Okay. As far as I knew, the meeting space, you already gave me the information, right? But no, well, then give me all the information up front. I shouldn't have to be pulling teeth to get one more thing. Oh, I need this. I need that. No, you tell me exactly what is it going to cost for this group, 40 people, 20 rooms, breakfast and lunch, breakfast and dinner. What is it going to be out the door? I need that price because I have to give that to my client. My client has a budget. They need to know, is it within budget? Is it out of budget? So anyway, I mean, that's just an example of some of the stuff I have to deal with, right? And I'm not the only one. It's not unique to my situation. A lot of us, meaning meeting planners, hotel site selection people, we have to deal with this stuff as well. And we just want the sales manager or whoever we're dealing with to be forthcoming with all the information. It shouldn't be a guessing game. There should not be a pause in this communication either, right? So, topic for today: when the sales manager doesn't respond, the business doesn't wait. Meaning, I can't wait, right? Guess what? Every hotel has competition somewhere, okay? So now it's making me go to, pay more attention to some of the other hotels that are in this area. I mean, that's the thing, right? That gets me. I'm like, you're on the line. Okay, I'm reeling you in. Okay. The client is already excited, but then all of a sudden you ghost me or you just go radio silence or email silence. I'm like, what happened? All of a sudden, you're giving me all this information. We were in constant communication. Then all of a sudden, I went 3 days, the last 3 days of last week. I've sent an email, asking questions, no response. Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, then of course I'm not going to get anything on the weekend, and I didn't get anything today either. I'm like, and I sent two emails. Okay, it wasn't just one. I sent two. All right. So now I got to follow up with a phone call. Well, in the meantime, guess what? I got to look at other hotels. I don't have time for this. So sales managers or hotels, it's all about communication. Why are we stopping the communication? You're on the hook, meaning the fish is on the hook. I'm reeling it in, meaning business is going to go to that hotel. Well, all you got to do is not return phone calls, and guess what? You're off the hook, and we go somewhere else. So in hotels, always, oh, we're not doing that well. Well, if you do the little things, you would probably get more business, right? The business is already there. You just have to. I'm on the hook. You just have to reel it in and give me what I'm asking for. That's it. I mean, these are things that within your power, right, to do. It's not like this. Well, maybe you have to go and ask somebody a question like, "Hey, what do I charge for this? Is there taxes on this meeting space?" Whatever the heck it is. And some things you should know already. But if you don't know, hopefully these questions can be answered quickly in a timely manner, not 3 days. Okay. And you can get back to me or whoever else. But whew, man, as you can tell, I'm hot. I'm lathered up right now. But anyway, topic: when the sales manager doesn't respond, the business doesn't wait. Everyday meeting planners, Everyday meeting planners or hotel site selection people like myself, group organizers are looking for hotels that are responsive, reliable, and easy to do business with. Unfortunately, when a sales manager doesn't respond, the business doesn't wait, it moves on. Here are 3 reasons why responsiveness matters. Okay, responsiveness matters. Come on, people. Number one, clients will look elsewhere. I just said that. Meeting planners work with deadlines. If emails or calls go unanswered, they'll simply move to another hotel that responds more quickly. And that's where I am right now. Okay. You're not responding quickly enough. I got to go somewhere else. Number two, slow response damages confidence. You think I'm confident now in this particular hotel after I've been sending countless, well, not countless, 2 emails without any response? Am I confident that they're going to take care of my client? I don't think so. Slow response damages confidence. Your response time is often the first impression of your hotel service culture. If communication is delayed during the sales process, planners may question what the event experience will be like. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, what if I do take my client there, or my client does sign to go there? Are they going to be taken care of, or is it going to be more of the same? You know what I mean? Number three, every unanswered every unanswered email is revenue at risk. I like that one. A missed email could mean losing guest room revenue, meeting space revenue, food and beverage sales, repeat business, and future referrals. Yeah. Do you think I'm gonna send or let someone else know, a fellow meeting planner or whatever? Hey, check out Hotel A in this city, right? I just had a group there. Blah blah blah. No, because of what you just did or not doing, the lack of. I'm not gonna. The only thing I'm gonna say is something negative. Okay. Hopefully this plays out better than what it's going now. I mean, I still got to give them a chance, right? Because it's not, once again, it's not up to me, right? But I do have some influence on where they go. Okay. So don't think I don't. I do have some influence on where this group will go. But you have to make sure, hotel people, you have to make sure that you're doing everything you can to stay in the hunt for this piece of business. Okay. And that's not just me. There's other meeting planners that experience the same things. I'm the only one that's talking about it. Okay. I'm the only one that has a platform where I'm talking about. So it does happen. We do chat amongst each other, and say, oh my God, yeah, this hotel did this. Oh, they just stopped communication. Obviously, they didn't want the business. Obviously, they didn't want the business. So there you go. So once again, every unanswered email is revenue at risk, meaning they're gonna take that business and go somewhere else. Okay. And the last thing, this is my quote of the day: business rarely waits for silence. The hotel that responds first often earns the opportunity to compete. And that's all you would want to do, is compete, but you cannot compete if you're not giving enough information. If you're playing games, I don't know, maybe something happened. I don't know, but is that my issue? No, it's not. It's not. All I want is the information so I can give to my client. Okay, and that's it, right? And it's up to the client to make that decision. But like I said, are they responding in a timely manner? It's been 3 days. I'm not even counting the weekend, but it's been 3 days, business days. Okay. So if I count the weekends, damn, 4 or 5 days. Okay. Without a response from the hotel, the sales manager, that we were speaking all last week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then all of a sudden, Thursday and Friday, I get ghosted. Did they take a long weekend? Okay, well then make sure you have your out of office thing on. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things we can do to communicate with a person like myself, meeting planner, hotel site selection, or whatever, or just your regular guest, or anyone that's sending you emails, we need to know: are you there? Are you in office today? And we assume that you are, right? If we don't get an out of office memo, we assume that you are in the office. I'm just saying, that's what we assume until you tell us different. So yeah, so those are things that are going on with me, and like I said, I'm always going to share this stuff because it not only affects me, it affects other people that do what I do. Okay, and like I said, it's not any criticism. It's just letting you know things could be a lot better. Okay, and these are things that we need to work on. Remember, I come from the sales um, part of the hotel as well, right? I was a director of sales and marketing for many years, as well as a general manager, as well as whatever, housekeeping manager, front office, front desk, whatever, AGM, whatever, all those positions, 14 different hotels. Okay. So, yeah, I do have some experience where I can talk about things like this because I don't think anything has happened in a hotel where that I have not experienced. So, but anyway, there you go. But just make sure you give yourself a shot to get the business, okay? Because if you don't, someone else will. There's always other competition, okay? I don't care if it's miles away. There's other competition, and my job, like I said, is to present the best hotel for this particular group. And for whatever reason, if I don't think this hotel is the best hotel to take care of this group, then it may not be on the list. Okay. Okay. So there you go. So once again, the quote of the day is: business rarely waits for silence. The hotel that responds first often earns the opportunity to compete. And that's all you want, is to compete. So that is it. Right. So thank you guys so much. Remember, tomorrow on Air with Russell of Hotels is going to be show number 351. My guest tomorrow will be Paula C. So make sure you guys are there. You're checking it out. Once again, it's 1 o'clock PST. I'm in LA. Policy is going to be in Brazil. So make sure you're there. It's going to be a great show. Policy has been on my show before, and we always have a good time, right? So I'm going to make you laugh and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. So what else could you ask for? So anyway, that is it. The daily check-in. The daily check-in comes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So make sure you check it out at least one of the days, because you get 5 days a week of Russell of Hotels. Now, if you can't make all 5, that's okay. Just at least make one, right? That's all I'm asking. At least make one. So I think that is it. I think that's it. Yeah. So that's it. You guys have a great day. Oh, if you have any questions at all, right here, boom, QR code. Just click on the QR code, and that's all my information there. So yeah, so that is it. Have a great day. Happy Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow for On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about. Until then, peace.